From San Antonio's own Ken Spy, this is the News at 4.
And right now, first at 4, a fast-moving brush fire burning right now in southeast Bexar County. An evacuation order has been issued while concerns continue to grow over the fire quickly spreading. It has been fueled by powerful winds and has been burning for several hours now. Families in that area around I-37 and Southton Road have been told to evacuate. We're also now hearing from East Central ISD that bus routes have been affected. As a matter of fact, I'm just getting a text as we speak that after-school tutoring is now canceled at all campuses at East Central ISD, according to spokesperson Brandon Oliver from there. And again, those bus routes that are being impacted, parents have been contacted. Now, we've had crews on the scene all afternoon. We continue our team coverage now as firefighters work to get that fire under control. Bill Taylor has an update on just how long those strong winds will last. Roxy Van Rooten keeping an eye on the roads as we speak. But first, want to head out to reporter Sue Kalberg, who's been on the scene for hours monitoring that situation. She joins us live right now from the area of Southton and I-37 where that fire broke out. Sue, what's the latest from you?
Thanks, Sarah. We are standing at the corner of Dunnup and Old Corpus Christi. Southton is one intersection just south of us here. I just want to say that one thing that has changed in the last few minutes is that, now is the time of day when people are getting off work, and people who have not been tuned in to the news this afternoon, who haven't been paying attention, we are seeing a huge uptick in traffic just in the last few minutes of people coming into this zone. And so if this is your first view of what's going on here, I just want to repeat, in addition to this corner where I am at Dunnup and Old Corpus Christi roads, there are a lot of mandatory evacuation zones. This one including the 24,000 block of Oliver Road, Blackjack Road, South Bexar County, that's by 281 in Mogford, 15,200 Belen in South Bexar County near FM 1937 in Blue Wing, that's further south of us. The 600 block of Duke Road in South Bexar County between Trumbo and Pleasanton. There's also a mandatory evacuation way over on the southwest side of the county, Greenwood Road, and that's in southwest Bexar County near Pearsall Road. And so what we have seen here in this location throughout the afternoon is just a constant stream of first responders. There are emergency service district people and San Antonio firefighters all engaged in a very aggressive mutual aid campaign to bring a stop to this very aggressive fire that started during the noon hour. We've talked to a lot of desperate people who are trying to get just beyond that tree line over there to this big, it's a rural area, but there are plenty of people who live in the evacuation zone over here. And so they've been pulling up to these barricades. They've been trying to get in. They've been trying to get information. Not only is it difficult to get information on the phone or by internet because service is down, but Google Maps is not keeping track and not giving people real-time information. So people are confused, and they are, and as you can see in the distance, the entire skyline really is full of smoke. Sometimes we have seen black smoke indicating either structures or tire fires, and sometimes we have seen gray smoke indicating brush fires. And so they just have their hands full. One of the problems that they've had is just water supplies, because brush trucks rely on tenders and water supplies that come from far away. So they've just had their hands full today. And I just want to remind everybody to give these first responders plenty of room. These trucks are heavy. They can't stop or turn on a dime. So if you're in the fire zone, if you have to come here, be safe and be prepared for the long haul, and maybe be prepared to seek shelter someplace else. With regard to evacuations and what people are doing to get away from here, my colleague Mike Jimenez is following that angle of the story. Mike has been on evacuations all afternoon.
Yes, thank you, Sue, for that update. Now, we are here at a gas station which is on the corner of 37 and Southton, where Dunnup Road intersects Southton Road. Now, we've been here for about the last hour and a half, and it seems like this is kind of a makeshift place where people have gathered here that were evacuated from that fire. Now, let me go ahead and step out of the way so you can take a look here. The road is blocked off here. There There is an apartment complex here. Bexar County deputies are here securing the area there. We just got an update from Chief Valerie Frausto, and the biggest update is she's telling us that that fire is now contained, but firefighters do plan to be out here throughout the night. She says that they're currently battling hot spots. Now, this apartment complex is open. We've seen activity going there. There doesn't seem to be any type of urgency there with the residents there. The chief tells us that that apartment complex is not in danger, that the fire is further on down the road there. Now, while we were here, we spoke with some residents. There's obviously a little bit of chaos and a little bit of uncertainty there, and also a little bit of fear from these residents because in the last, we spoke with a woman, her name was Ruth Chavez, who says that she received a couple of text messages on her phone and she just got out of her house after walking out and seeing ashes. And she has a couple of relatives that are disabled. Her father is in a wheelchair and her mother has dementia. So she grabbed them, got out of the house, grabbed two of her pets, and also just came here to this gas station. Let's hear exactly what she had to say about her evacuation.
I was sitting under my garage and I started smelling smoke, and I'm like, oh my God, they just said on the news to not burn. So I started smelling smoke and I called my granddaughter, which they live right up the road, and I told her, Mama, look outside. And she said it was all under fire. So she got out and then she came over to my house, and then we live upstairs so we could see all the fire and the smoke. And then on my phone it started saying to evacuate. So we just got what I got and got out of there. But it's a little scary. Yeah.
And so, speaking of those, what were the moments like for you, just gathering just what you could? Can you kind of...
I really didn't gather nothing. I just told my husband, because we live upstairs and I have the chairs that he's got to come down on. And my mom that has dementia, I had to get her out, and it takes me a bit to get her downstairs. And we just got in the truck and left. I left everything. Everything's there.
From San Antonio's own Ken Spy, this is the news at 5.
Breaking news now at 5. Multiple brush fires in South Bexar County and northern Atascosa County.
And tonight, families are being forced to leave their homes as those flames burn through neighborhoods. In fact, the Atascosa County Sheriff's Office says multiple agencies are now responding to house fires tonight that is taking place in the area of Old Pleasanton and Big Leaf Roads.
And in Bexar County, officials initially reported flames near I-37 and Southton Road around noon today. But after hours of fighting, it is contained. Wind gusts topping 40 miles per hour are playing a big factor in these fires. Right now, the evacuation order covers nearly a 2 square mile area.
Now take a look so you can see the radius of that area includes Southton Road, Dunnup Road, Strike Road, and Old Corpus Christi Road. As we said, the fire is contained. However, the evacuation order has not been rescinded yet. We have team coverage tonight. Bill Taylor and Roxy Van Rooten are in the studio now monitoring wind and traffic conditions as we speak.
Sue Kalberg is live in southeast Bexar County where firefighters are keeping that fire under control. And Zach Briggs is right on the border of Bexar and Atascosa County lines where several homes are burning. We begin with you, Zach. What are you seeing?
We're looking at scenes of absolute devastation. Let me get out of the way here. What once was a home is now a massive flaming pile of debris. And you can see right next door a gentleman trying to hose off and make sure the fire doesn't hop over to the property. And it's all along Big Leaf Road. You have a mix of firefighters and homeowners just coming together to help battle the blaze. This mix of dry vegetation with the strong winds definitely make it more challenging to take out the flames. And now we've been out here for over 2 hours. Again, the location we're at is Big Leaf Road near Pleasanton Road. According to officials, at least 7 to 10 structures have been destroyed. Some of these being homes, others barn houses. Peaceful Lane, which is to our north, we understand is also where fire crews are battling fires. And we talked with some residents who said they were out shopping when they got word of their home on fire. They are uninsured, but just grateful to be alive. And then we spoke with one gentleman who left work and rushed straight home, his house not impacted, but across the street, several structures destroyed. Take a listen.
It means a lot. They asked to volunteer, and I never volunteered. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I'm right here right now. And I got intel from people in the community, hey, there's a fire going on. And I'm like, I could hear from their voice, it's an emergency, so I just came.
And back out here live, you see crews bringing out the hoses to get a little bit closer to this blaze. Once again, this was once a home and it's now a complete loss. And many families I've talked to are just absolutely distraught. They're at a loss of words at this point. At this point, we do not know what caused the fire. I also do not know if any injuries have been reported. For now, we're live in Atascosa County. Zach Briggs, KENS 5.
Thank you, Zach. And certainly our prayers are with those families. And we are continuing team coverage on the far south side of Bexar County. Let's send it over to Sue Kalberg.
Now, she's been there practically all afternoon near I-37 in Southton. Sue, what are you hearing right now and seeing?
The winds are buffeting us like crazy still. I mean, I know that they say they've got this fire contained and they've got it back down to hot spots, but the wind is just continues to be insane. Now, this fire is one of the first ones that popped off early this afternoon. It started during the noon hour and we're at 5 o'clock now. So that means that they've been battling these fires in this whole entire 1 to 2 square mile area for 5 hours, and they're not even done yet. Now, this area where we're standing right now is Dunup and Old Corpus Christi, but it's also impacting Southton Road and that kind of thing. So, and there are other dangerous fires around the county. So now they say that it's down to hot spots, and we continue to see smoke on the horizon, but they say some of the smoke that we're seeing is actually from backfires that they started to get out ahead of the fire so that they could contain it. You know, when the fire is racing across the countryside, if they've already got a backfire and the vegetation is already burned off, then they stop the fire in its tracks. So that's really good. With regard to the tally here at this fire ground, they're saying 4 homes and a shed. There are obviously people here waiting to get back into the fire ground who don't even know if they still have fires to return to. Now, we talked to San Antonio Fire Chief Valerie Frausto just a little while ago, and we asked her what her biggest challenges were, and she said, in one word, it's wind.
Definitely the wind. It is extremely challenging, and right when we think we have it contained, you know, there's hot spots that units continuously try to extinguish, and it's just it's very difficult to contain a fire like this, especially with wind speeds. We have gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and they're expected to sustain that speed till probably this evening sometime. Yes.
Any idea how long?
Now, Chief Frausto says crews from all of these agencies, the city, the county, some state resources, will be here throughout the night to make sure that this fire stays contained and that it doesn't flare up again. The only final thing that I will say is that while these roads continue to be closed in the area, they're not letting people back in until they get it fully contained. And some of these closures are not on Google Maps. So people getting off work, if they haven't been paying attention, you may not be able to get back in. There is a shelter available, and it's just important if you don't need to be here to stay away from this area, because just moments ago we saw a tender come through here going out to get more water. So there are first responders on the road, and it's important to stay out of their way. Live in southeast Bexar County, Sue Kalberg, KENS 5.
Sue, thank you. Well, a shelter has been set up tonight for those families who were forced to evacuate.
As a matter of fact, that shelter, we've learned, is set up at Mission Espada Hall in the 1400 block of Espada Road. We talked to a woman who left her home during the fire.
It's just a home, but I mean, it's our home, you know, and we worked really hard for what we have, so it is what it is, you know.
And as you sit here, you know, with your parents, you know, obviously they have medical conditions. I see your doggies there too. I mean, what exactly are you feeling at this point?
That all my other pets are okay. I left my tortoise, I left my potbelly pig, my chickens. So that's my, you know, that's my get going. That's what keeps me going.
And welcome back this Tuesday night. We have more breaking news now out of the east side of yet another fire burning right now.
This is on Lamar Street near North Cherry. Ken's 5 reporter Mike Jimenez just got to the scene. And Mike, what are you seeing there?
Well, Deb and Sarah, it's still a very active scene. Let me go ahead and step away from the camera just so you can take a look at what we are seeing right now. Now, there is a home when we got here just a few minutes ago that was fully engulfed here in the 300 block of Lamar Street, which is about less than a mile away from the Alamo Dome. We're located here off of North Cherry and Fawn Way, but firefighters are actively battling that fire. We did try to get a little bit of information from authorities, but they are obviously busy at the moment and were not able to give us any of that information. But just take a look at some of that flame video that we shot a little while ago. Like I said, when we got here, that home was fully engulfed. I was able to speak with a witness here just a short time ago who tells me that the fire has spread to other homes, but that is unconfirmed information. But these winds are certainly playing a factor into the work that firefighters are having to do here to battle this blaze. Now, we did also hear some commands from firefighters talking about trying to spread water in other areas. So it looks like maybe they are trying to spread water in other areas so that fire doesn't continue to spread. But again, this is all unconfirmed information. At this time, as you can see, firefighters are actively fighting that blaze here. And of course, be sure to stay tuned with us. We'll try to get some more information. Perhaps for our 6 o'clock newscast, we'll have the very latest updated information. From now, near the downtown area, Mike Jimenez, KENS 5.
And what a crazy day it's been for firefighters, too. Mike, thank you so much. Hey, when we come back from break, we're going to take you back live to Atascosa County, where firefighters also now struggling to get a raging grass fire under control that has already destroyed 7 structures. We continue to follow that breaking news out of Atascosa County tonight, where a brush fire right now is burning near a neighborhood in North Atascosa County.
Fire officials say 7 structures have burned tonight off Pleasanton Road. Our Zach Briggs is live tonight with very latest. Zach.
Well, so much destruction, so many memories destroyed in just a matter of hours here along Big Leaf Road in northern Atascosa County. I'll get out of the way here. This home is now just absolutely leveled. Embers still remain. You could see one family member doing what he can to rid of what's left of the flames. This home belonging to Jessica Guetta and her partner of over 20 years, Jerry Brown. And you could see them over here. Jessica's in the Charlie Brown shirt and Jerry in the black shirt. They're absolutely distraught. Jessica was not home at the time of when this fire broke out. Jerry was, along with this other gentleman that's hosing the flames. And while their memories are lost, sentimental items, toys for the kids are gone, they're just grateful to be alive. And again, 7 to 10 structures all along Big Leaf Road have been destroyed. This is just one of many examples. And again, so far, no cause of the fire has been determined. For now, we're live in Atascosa County. Zach Briggs, KENS 5.
All right,
Wow,
Zach, thank you.
Heartbreaking images right now, watching everything lost.
And now let's check in with our Sue Calvert.
Sue has been on the far south side all afternoon long. And Sue, what's the update?
The latest update I have for you is that, people who are just getting off work and haven't been paying attention to the news cycle today, they have no idea what's going on. And so there's a lot of traffic here with people being confused about the road blockages that still exist here. Now, they say that they have the fire contained, but obviously they don't want anybody in that zone while they continue to fight hotspots. I'm going to let you take a look at it. The other thing that I wanted to update you about is that they say that the total so far here is about 4 homes and a shed lost. That doesn't even begin to tell the story of the grief and the agitation and the worry that people have had. This parking lot where we're standing is a place where people have gathered throughout the afternoon. I've got a couple of addresses. People have been walking up to the first responders saying, is that my house that's gone? Now that they know that the houses are gone, people are just sitting here on pins and needles wondering if anything is left when they get back into the fire zone. Fire crews will be here all night. They are urging people to use caution, to stay away from the area if you can, and as always, use absolute caution if you have to be anywhere near this area. Live in Southeast Bexar County, Sue Kalberg, KENS 5.
Now at 6, we are continuing our breaking news coverage of several fires across our area, spurred on by strong winds and dry conditions. Tonight, the flames destroying several homes and structures in Atascosa County. Our Zach Briggs is there, and in the last hour, a house fire broke out on the east side. Mike Jimenez will bring us the live update. And Sue Kalberg is at the scene of a South Bexar County fire that's been contained, but forced families to evacuate. We begin our team coverage tonight with Zach in Atascosa County. Zach, several families are dealing with a major loss tonight.
Absolutely. I'm joined here with Jessica Guetta and partner of 24 years, Jerry Brown. So Jessica, how do you even begin to process this level of devastation? So many memories destroyed. We have a band of family members and community members just trying to extinguish what remains of the flames.
It's hard. It's hard, and we've been in this house for many years, and for it to go up like that, it just like a piece of us just went away. But you know what? It's gonna come back, and God will help us. And it's hard because we lost everything back there, our memories, our kids, stuff, everything. And we just tried to get everything much as we can, but we couldn't, so it was already too late. And then I tried so hard just to keep it in for my kids, and when they came, I just gave them the news not that long ago, so luckily we're okay, we're fine, everybody made it out alive. So.
And Jerry, if I'd ask you, breaking the news to your children, you have 4 children, I met some of them, how devastating was that for them to know that their home is no longer here, but they're still able to be with family and hopefully become resilient moving forward?
It is hard. It is hard. I just gotta be strong, and I have friends. Hopefully, they are helping me out. I thank God for that. Friends from work. Just my mind. Sorry, my head's like, God dang.
We'll set up
I'm trying to. It's a lot. It is a lot, man. I don't know what to say. I tried the best I could. It happened so fast. I didn't know where everything was coming from, which way. I know it's hard, yeah.
Jerry, Jessica, it sounds like you guys are able to keep strong during this difficult time among a number of homes that have been destroyed, 7 to 10 structures here along Big Pleasanton Road, according to officials. But I can imagine as people are watching tonight that you have the thoughts of and prayers from hundreds, if not thousands, of people. But for now, we're going to be going to Mike Jimenez now, who I understand is covering a fire in eastern San Antonio. Mike?
Yep. Thank you, Zach. We are here in East San Antonio, near the downtown area, about a mile away from the Alamo Dome. Now, things have quieted down just a little bit, but just about an hour ago, when we arrived, this house behind me was fully engulfed in flames. Let me go ahead and step away so you can just take a look at the action that is taking place right now. Firefighters are just kind of sifting through the home, kind of watering down any type of hot spots, making sure that this fire doesn't reignite. We have not gotten official information from fire officials because they've been busy battling this blaze, but we did talk with several neighbors who tell us that this home that is behind me, or was behind me just a short time ago, was the last one to catch fire, and we can visually see that there are several structures that have been damaged by this fire. We did speak with a woman, a neighbor who lives maybe about 3 blocks over. She says she's a home health nurse. She said she smelled the smoke. Neighbors started coming out, and she says when she walked out of her home, which is blocks away, she could just see black smoke everywhere. Let's hear what she had to say about her jumping into action.
Next thing I know, I see my neighbors coming out I come out, sky's black, first instinct, I took off running. Being a home health nurse, you don't know, somebody could need help. The firefighters could need help. I'm gonna help any way I can. So I ran, I was getting hit with the fire embers. I seen the heat from the fire, the backside of it. And then standing on Lamar, I seen this house catch fire in the process. The house on the other side, their trailer catch fire. So then I see.
So it's a little bit of good news is that the winds have certainly died down quite a bit in the last hour that we have been here. But we have seen another home that started to reignite just a short time ago, but firefighters were quickly able to put that fire out. Now, we hope to get some information soon here from firefighters to see exactly what was the cause of this fire. But certainly does seem that wind was a huge factor, obviously, in spreading that fire. And we did speak with a homeowner who lost one of the homes in the fire off camera. They're obviously emotional and distraught over this loss. But for now, that's the very latest here from the city's east side near downtown. We're going to go ahead and send it over to my colleague Sue Kalberg, who is in South Bexar County at yet another fire. Sue?
That's right. We are at the corner of Dunnup and Old Corpus Christi. This was one of the first fires that cooked off this afternoon. And as you can see, traffic is still barricaded. I have one important update. I had gotten a tip earlier in the day that there was a firefighter from Attabear, that was Zach's fire, who was taken to BAMC as a precaution to be treated for maybe dehydration or smoke inhalation. So that's one of the things we want to wish all of the first responders on all of these various fire grounds the very best and hope that they remain safe throughout the night. With regard to this particular scene, traffic is getting heavier here, and as people are being turned away, they're getting off work, they're showing up here, they don't know what's going on, and they're being turned away, and they're having to go somewhere else because they can't get into their homes. Visibility is getting worse, so it's important to remain extremely cautious on the roads. I can tell you that air quality is visibly more awful than it has been at any time this afternoon, because between the smoke from all of these fires and the dust that is settling in from West Texas, you can see the sun is just almost obscured by smoke and dust now. The worst part of it, though, here is the residents who've been gathering at this intersection here who don't know what they'll find when they are finally allowed to go back into the fire ground. I talked to one woman named Lori who was leaving to go find shelter with family members.
You can't get to your house?
Can't get to the house. Well, everything's blocked off all directions. So
you don't even know if you have a house?
I don't even know if I've got a house right now. Don't even know. So I'm going to go and try and find family right now that evacuated.
So Lori is one of several people who have been keeping watch here. So far, they say the total is 4 homes and a shed lost at this fire ground. Now, the San Antonio fire chief says that they're going to try to reopen these roads as soon as humanly possible, but they don't want to put anybody, firefighters or residents, in danger. So they're going to keep the roads closed as long as they need to for safety's sake. And they also say fire crews will remain on site in this entire area throughout the night to make sure that any of these hot spots don't rekindle and cause even more grief. Isis, back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Sue. Meantime, we are learning tonight that at least one firefighter is in the hospital after fighting the fire in Atascosa County. Officials tell us a firefighter with the Attabear County Line Volunteer Fire Department was taken in for treatment. We're told she might have been suffering from dehydration and was taken to the hospital as a precaution.